BBC Radio York, it's Adam Tomlinson this Tuesday afternoon through until 4 o'clock. I'm smiling because over the next hour or so, I think I've just got a bit of a sneaky feeling it might get a little bit noisy in here. This is fabulous because we've got drums in, so it's going to be noisy. But noisy with a bit of a difference because you can have a go at this over the next few weeks, and it's a fabulous opportunity to have a go at Japanese drumming. We're talking about Taiko, and we're talking about drums, I think, called Wadaiko, and we'll find out a little bit more over the next half an hour or so, because with me in the studio Jared Hardwick, who's the group leader, Anna Plews, who's part of it, and Jez Stretch, who is also part of it. Jared, good to see you. Thanks ever so much for coming in. Just explain how you got involved in all this.
Just over 10 years ago, I started playing, but the way I got involved was I was always interested in Japanese culture from a young age, and I did martial arts for many years and things like that. And I'd seen one of the really big groups, Kodo, from Japan come over and perform a few times over at the Liverpool Philharmonic rather. And I thought, never get a chance to do that, even though it would be brilliant. But no one ever does it in the UK and things like that. So that was that at that point. And then quite a few years later, I had the chance to go to a workshop in York after I'd moved up this way. And a friend of mine had organised a lady called Liz Walters who came up from London to do a workshop. And she was part of a group who are based in Scotland called Magenko. And so I went along to the workshop, absolutely loved it. And the people who went to the workshop sort of got together and practiced now and again when we could, and practiced what we learnt, basically. From that, it just built up. We went to more workshops that were happening and things, because it was starting to grow a bit more in the UK, and more groups were appearing, although not very many, but a few groups were appearing. So there was more opportunity to have a go, basically. And that's basically what got me involved. And from there, we watched lots of, videos on YouTube to see how people play, copied things, see how the movements were and things like that. So it was largely a self-taught. And then later on had the chance to go to Japan and actually train with Kodo.
Oh, wow.
For a few days.
You say movements.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Is it all choreographed then? It
is. It's a very much it's a visual performing art. So it's not just all about the music and playing the rhythms on the drums and things. It's a visual show as well. So they're all choreographed movements. There's elements of dance, martial arts, music and rhythm, all within the plane of a Taiko group. So
Anna, how did you get involved in it then?
So I'm actually Jared's partner, and I'm trained on the Western flute. And then Jared one year bought me for Christmas a shinobue, which is a Japanese-style flute, and said, "Learn this."
Happy Christmas!
Which took me quite some time, actually, because it's very different from a normal flute. It's very, it's quite a difficult instrument to play. It's very voice control, very throat controlled, isn't it? And it can screech a lot. So then, just one day, sort of had a breakthrough, managed to learn how it sort of works, and then Jared and I wrote a piece called Tsunami. Which was in response to, what year was it? The 2011 earthquake. And we wrote sort of very emotive piece linked with the flute and drums. And since then, just carried on playing sort of thing with it. And since then, I've been trying to get someone else to learn to play it, but no one wants to do it.
You can't do both, can you? It's pretty difficult to do both.
Yeah, it is difficult. So I've probably been playing it for, we said about 8-9 years now?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. And then I went into the drumming as well. So, yeah, doing both. But it would be quite nice to have another player.
And
so
from an exercise point of view, I mean, apart from the music aside, the exercise with the choreography and the actual physicality of hitting the drums, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, because we were just saying before that linked with the actual style of the drumming, because it is so physical. It'd be going back about 3 years ago now. I started obviously with a food linked with food as well, but to do with the Taiko. I lost 7.5 stone in 13 months. because it is very, very physical, isn't it?
It's good. It's good workout.
It's better than going to the gym because it's more interesting. It's actually it's exercise with distraction sort of thing. So it's good fun to actually do rather than just being on a treadmill or something like that.
That's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It is. It's really
okay,
good.
you've got some drums in. So are we going to make some noise? Is that the idea?
Yeah.
You're going to show me what to do?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to make some noise. This is going to be fantastic. We're talking about the art of Japanese drumming, Taiko drumming with Jared and Anna and Jez. We're going to make some noise in a few moments' time. BBC Radio York, it's Adam Tomlinson on a Tuesday afternoon, so until 4. My guests at this point in the programme are Jared and Anna and Jez, and they are Taiko drummers. And we'll talk about this in a minute because they're offering you the chance to have a go at doing something like this. That is fabulous. That is so good. I mean, you were saying earlier on about the choreography and the energy and the exercise. I'm blown away not just by the sound. The sound is fantastic, but the moves. Yeah. I can see where the exercise scene comes in. I know you've not got that much room here. That is just terrific. As soon as you started, I mean, I'm sitting down at the desk. You're clearly standing up behind your drums, and all I could feel under my desk, hitting my shins, was this wave of sound. That is absolutely fabulous. That is so good. Jared, just come to the mic and just explain what that was, because I'm assuming these have all got some sort of meaning, have they?
Yeah, well, there's you can get lots of different pieces. A lot of pieces that are played can be traditional, and there's lots of contemporary pieces as well. That was more of a contemporary piece, but a lot of the rhythms that we play originally were based on jazz patterns.
Oh, right.
So a lot of them do have a sort of underlying jazz edge to it and things like that. But
can you do different styles then? Do you feel that you can do? Yeah.
Oh yeah. We play lots of different styles. We play lots of the traditional ones, and have the drums in different positions. Sometimes we have big, huge drums up on stands that take a lot of energy to play with big sticks.
So when you're all going as a group, I mean, clearly just the three of you here now. When you're all going as a group, how many are in the group in total?
There's 10 of us in the group.
Oh, yeah. Wow!
So it's a big group.
And growing.
Yeah. That'd be fabulous. I mean, it's just a spectacle, isn't it?
Yeah. It's great. It's great to watch, and you can really feel the energy from the group as you're watching a group.
And the drums that you brought in, are they traditional?
Yeah, the traditional bass drums. So the big drum that we've got comes originally from the type of drums they used in Japanese temples, Shinto shrines, or Buddhist temples, and things like that. And that's called a miyadaiko, which means temple drum. The middle-sized drum that we've got is called an okedo. That basically means barrel drum, because originally they were made from Japanese sake barrels. They're a lot lighter, those as well, so you can actually wear them with a shoulder strap and walk around playing them as well.
Right.
And the high pitch one, the smaller one here, is called a shimedaiko. And shime gets its name from shimeru, which is the Japanese verb to tie something up. So it's tied up with a rope. The skin's top and bottom. So
and you can reskin these drums, can't you?
Yes. I've been taught how to reskin.
And you've
the
got
drums.
permission to do it.
I have, yes.
Because
yes.
you've got to get permission.
Yeah, the lady that taught me down in Norwich had to ask permission from her teacher back in Japan to be able to teach me how to do it, and that was granted.
And there aren't many of you in the country who can do it.
There's not many people in the country that can reskin taiko drum now. It's quite a unique process.
If I was to have a go at hitting one, which one would I have a go at?
Oh, definitely the
big one.
Big one,
yeah.
The Nagado, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
let's right. Okay, what is it? There it is. Right. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what then. I'll nip round the corner. Let's have a quick go. So, what's the technique then for doing it? These are big sticks, aren't they?
They're quite small compared to some of the.
These aren't drumsticks, are they? Oh,
the ones that we use.
My goodness! Right. Okay.
So, so it's basically keeping it nice and loose in your hands.
Yeah.
You have to have a very martial arts style stance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And stay nice and loose. And if we play a right, left, right, left, right, left, your arms nice and high in the air.
All right.
Down, 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 down. And then you can try small ones. Duck, cut, duck, cut, duck, cut, duck, cut, right, left, right, left, right, left.
You see, I could do this all day, actually. This is very therapeutic.
It is, yes.
Very loud, and it's very therapeutic. Oh, fabulous. That is an absolute beautiful thing, isn't it?
It is lovely drum, isn't
Terrific.
it? Thank you.
I'll give you those back. I can understand how people want to really get into this. And that's what you're offering, isn't it? Because it's not just a matter of you going around doing your concerts and performances and all that type of thing. You're actually giving people an opportunity to take part and to learn what you do.
Yes, that's right. I teach regular classes and workshops and things, all usually around York and the surrounding areas like Malton, Pickering, Pocklington. I did a workshop, full-day workshop in Helmsley Arts Centre last weekend. But coming up, we've got the course at the Pocklington Arts Centre, and that's from the 23rd of February on a Saturday morning from 10 till 11:30.
So what sort of experience does anybody need? I mean, can you actually start something like this from scratch?
Yeah, the courses are open to complete beginners, and we take you through the total basics, build it up from scratch. So even if you think you haven't got any rhythm in your body or anything like that, it's well worth coming along and having a go, because a lot of people have come on courses and things before thinking, I won't do very well because I've got no rhythm and things, but they've really surprised themselves. So.
And great fun.
Yeah, it's
great
fantastic fun. Yeah,
just terrific.
Have a good laugh and a good workout.
Lovely to see you. Thanks ever so much for coming in. Thanks for bringing these in. Jez, just sign us off, will you? Just give us a quick burst of whatever. Yeah, that sort of does it, doesn't it? Fantastic. If you want more information, get in touch with the Pocklington Arts Centre, but that should be absolutely terrific. Great to see you. Thanks ever so much.
Playing more of the music